When I say that we've got some wild developments, and I would also say highly concerning developments, I mean it. Before I get started, just like the other videos, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. This video is intended to be educational. It's me telling my side of the story. It's protected under the First Amendment, under freedom of speech, freedom of press, as well as my right to petition the government for redress, and that's considering who we are talking about today. This video is not intended to be any form of harassment or incite anything or send any hate, nothing like that. And the same goes for anybody watching. Please don't harass anybody that you recognize in this video. Don't send any hate, nothing of that nature. That's not what this is about. It's just simply me giving my side of the story on what I would say some of the most wild things have gone on. A little bit of a backstory. 2 days ago, my YouTube channel had 3 videos scheduled for premieres, and it shows on my YouTube channel, or it did show, that they were upcoming videos. If you tried to click on it, they wouldn't play for you until they were premieres. But the reason why I did that was so anybody who didn't want to miss it could mark their calendars or whatever to make sure that they would be there in time to see it as it was premiering. But one of those videos was talking about the delegate and the legislative assistant. And that legislative assistant proceeded to take a screenshot of the upcoming premiere and completely rag on me. Says I'm trying to slander her, just lies. It's really immature and childish what she did, considering this woman gets paid with taxpayers' dollars. She's acting off the rails. Well, let's just pull this up here. All right, here it is. She's bringing 2 random people into this that have absolutely nothing to do with my video. She says, you know, I guess I'm slandering her, and I look childish, apparently. I mean, this, it seems cut and dry to me that my right to petition the government, I'm suffering from retaliation, which I'm not supposed to be. She should be acting more professional than this anyways. This is ridiculous. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. She's tagging, we'll see it down below. She tags every news outlet you could possibly imagine into this. And I'm in shock at this point. I'm like, you don't even know what the video is going to say, and you are in defense mode. You want to have a sit down, let's do it. Let's talk it out. You're obviously upset. Why don't we meet up and discuss the issues? And then I go on to remind her that she's a government official, and I have a First Amendment right to petition my government for redress without suffering retaliation, and that's what this looks like. I mean, when I was saying let's talk this out, I'm trying to be an adult. I'm trying to say let's work on this. Like, this whole fiasco was just way, I mean, if you think that this is as bad as it gets, you are wrong. So I tagged Bill Wiley, her delegate, and you can see there's a laugh emoji reaction, and it's this woman being childish, and I can do this because I don't have a boss. Okay, I can laugh emoji react all day long. I'm not an elected official. I'm not a government official. I'm just a member of the public. This is where things start getting a little crazy. Laugh all you want. I will end you and your lies. One word, desperate. What in the heck is she referring to when she says, I will end you? My life? Are we ending my life? And lies? What? Articulate the lies. What are these lies? Don't talk about desperate either, because this whole Facebook post of yours is a desperate, it's a desperate move. So I respond, keep going. I'm gathering content for my next story. What else do you want to get off your chest? She says, we've already heard. I was behind the fair booth when you made your slanderous accusations. I was also informed by numerous people at the Chase meeting you never had guns taken. So no, I'm not in defense mode. You are, and will have to be from this point forward. You have no right to publicly slander me or the delegate. You think no one will stop you? I will. What was the slanderous accusations? Like, I want to hear it. Articulate it. Like, what was it? What did I say? And what fair booth? And what was said at the Chase meeting? Who said what? And for a woman who campaigns on Second Amendment, you're literally saying you never had your guns taken. My Second Amendment right was infringed on, and you don't care. You don't care. And what do you mean I'm going to have to be in defense mode from here on out? What? I have no right to publicly slander you. This isn't slander. And when you say you think no one will stop you, I will. Like, what? Are we going back to the threat? Are you going to end my life? What do you mean you're going to stop me? Something's just, this is like, okay, don't worry, it gets worse. Oh, that's the same one. She's, tag him. You've slandered him too. She was responding to me, tagging Bill Wiley. Oh, and I say baseless accusations. What did I say exactly? Give us the full story and who told you what, unless you want to dodge accountability and refuse to be transparent. Why don't we discuss this matter? I think the ending was like in person over coffee. You know, I'm trying to be an adult here, and just crazy. Let's see, where was I at? I lost my place. Okay, here we go. I'm asking for her to articulate the slander. She says, done. Taking care of this now. You know what you've done and said. I don't. Tell me. So I say, prove it, and you can't see it, but it says articulate it. She's going after a school board member. She's tagging the Washington Post. Northern Virginia Daily. So I was thinking it was humorous. Like, you're tagging all these news outlets. So I thought, okay, if we're just tagging random people, Big Bird, Dora the Explorer, Santa Claus, like, I'll tag them. I'll tag them too. Whatever. All right. When I said prove it, articulate it, she says, let's do that. You want to meet in person? Let's do it right now. I said, it's 9:03 p.m. Why would you want to meet right now? I mean, I got a kid that's like in bed sleeping, and it just, I don't know, this seemed so strange to me. Like, I don't know, it just seemed weird. I mean, we can meet. I got no problem meeting. 9:03 p.m. Not so much. I'm like, I'm tired, girl. I want to go to bed. So this is where she starts throwing jabs at me. Reminder, government official. She's paid with taxpayers' dollars. I just left a work meeting, something you don't have to do. So I'm free. Let's meet. All right. I'm a stay-at-home mom because my priority is being a mother to my child. And your kids are grown. Don't start ragging on moms that are taking care of their children. That is a damn freaking shame. This woman, don't worry, it gets worse. Oh yes, keep going. You know, when I was saying, what else did you want to get off your chest? She said, good, your next story may actually have to be the truth. I don't bother you, and you've kept this up for a year. I'm ending your harassment and violation of my constitutional rights. What do you mean I've kept this up for a year? What harassment? What constitutional rights of yours have I freaking violated? Now, she's mad because a while back ago, I got screenshots of her on Facebook talking some shit about me. And I complained to Bill Wiley. And she lied when we had a group conversation. I mean, but I have screenshots just like this. This is me. You're going to call me a liar and this and that. Look, I'm going over the facts. You're not. You're just saying things and expecting it to stick. It's weird. All right, this is her. Someone's like, oh my gosh, it's about time someone calls out the whole group on their lies and deception. What lies? What deception? People, articulate it. She says, I'm finishing it. Behind you all the way. Christy will not stop until she has burned everyone and everything. She has no ties to this community, and she believes she can do and say as she pleases. She's never paid any consequences for anything she's ever done. Susan says, she's going to this time. I've had enough of the lies. Well, okay. Burning everyone and everything? What? In what way? Articulate it. No ties to this community. What the heck does that even mean? I freaking live here. Believes I can say and do whatever I please. No. Lawful, sure. Keeping it lawful, absolutely. Never paid any consequences for anything I've ever done. I mean, like, criminal? I don't break the law. So why would I pay consequences? Are you talking about exercising First Amendment right? I need to be paying my consequences for that? And Susan Shick, what do you mean she's going to this? I'm going to pay consequences? You're going to bring it on? Yeah, my delegate's legislative aide over here straight targeting me. I say, well, LOL, friends with Nuri now? Those comments should look good for the campaign and upcoming lawsuit. So, got what I needed, ending this. She slandered enough people in our community. It's time the lies get exposed. Who have I slandered? They're just repeating this and expecting it to stick. Never seen anything like this. All right, we're almost over, but it gets worse. You literally sue everyone for violating their constitutional rights. You mean my constitutional rights? Woman who is a supporter of the Constitution, what is going on in your head? Literally filing a lawsuit when your rights are violated is the remedy. That's how you remedy it, in a courtroom. And what are you basically saying? That I shouldn't be suing people for violating my constitutional rights? What is this woman thinking? I'm going to tell you what. This is not going to be good for anyone who she's campaigning for. Because who's going to want this woman who obviously doesn't support the Constitution to in turn run theirs? It's crazy. Now, I don't want to impute anything here, but this post was deleted after that comment was made. And right after that, she uploaded a photo of where she was at earlier that day, and I just wanted to bring it up because it might be of meaning. She went to an event, and she's holding a wine glass. I don't know if that's wine. It could be apple juice, could be anything in there, but the way that she was acting, I am not saying she was under the influence, but it's just something to consider. Now, if you think that it ends here, wrong again. Susan Shick called the sheriff's department for harassment. And there was no body cam footage, but there is the sheriff's department event report, which I have obtained. And the things that this woman says is insane. Oh, you know what? With all this, before I go into that, I just want to bring something up. For everything that she's posting about me, and she's done it in the past, I want you to listen to this.
No, I can speak for myself.
Oops.
I've never attacked or been mean to someone online, and to hear that that's being tried to spread around or threatened.
Okay. So you contradicted yourself there. You proved that wasn't an honest statement given this Facebook nonsense. So let's get to the... Okay. Caller reported that a Christina Scarborough has been making YouTube videos and social media posts that are spreading misinformation about the caller and several political candidates that she works for. It was clear by what was reported to me by the caller that Christina has differing political views. Thus, the reason for her posts. Information reported by the caller was not threatening in nature, nor did it slander the caller or the political figures. Information reported appeared to be covered under the First Amendment. I informed the caller that even though I felt that it didn't constitute a criminal offense, she could seek charges on her own. I offered to meet her at the magistrate's office to assist in the process, and due to a death in the family, she was not willing to respond there now. I informed her that she could go at her leisure, and if she or the magistrate felt the need for a deputy to be present, she could contact Frederick County Sheriff's Office to have a deputy respond to the magistrate's office. Well, before I read the rest, I just want to say, if there was a death in her family, my condolences. I apologize. That's awful. It's got to be hard. Notice how in here the deputy said that it's, he sees it to be protected speech. This middle sentence is where it's so crazy and out of line. This alone was why I thought I needed to make the video. Caller, which is Susan, was very upset that I could not arrest Christina. I explained to her the rules of arrest, and she stated, maybe we need to make some legislative changes, because she was tired of dicking around with Christina online. Now on the bottom, she called saying, I'm making threats online saying that I'm going to make a video of the caller and the delegate. Never happened. Why is she saying I'm threatening? No, it was a scheduled YouTube video. It was already made. What in the heck? So, we go back up here. This woman wanted me to get arrested, and because she couldn't get me arrested, she's actually saying that presumably in her official capacity as Bill Wiley, the delegate's legislative assistant, that they're going to make some legislative changes. Why? Because you want to arrest people that exercise their First Amendment? This right here is what I call a campaign ruiner. This woman does not support the Constitution. She can say it all damn day long. There is no way in hell. This woman wants to rewrite legislation to arrest individuals that are exercising their First Amendment right. Insane. Insane. Wow. All right. I ended up getting in contact with Bill Wiley, and he was so upset at me. Now, he's now, because there's no record of it, it's just going to be his word against mine, but he was getting so loud with me over the phone, and I had to tell him like 5 times, please take a deep breath, de-escalate. You're making this more than what it needs to be. He demanded that he get my home address, which your legislative assistant just freaking threatened me, and now you want my home address? He said he wanted to have me properly served. This guy said that he wants me to cease and desist talking about people I'm allowed to criticize, people that are in the government. You are out of your mind. This is insane. He did say that he was going to have this woman cease and desist on, like, not engage, not talk about me, not talk to me. But he wanted me to do the same. I refuse to give a knowing, voluntary, or intelligent waiver of any of my rights. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. Ridiculous. I did send him an email, which I don't have it on the screen, but I can read it to you. Because I'm curious that when we are, after seeing this event log report, I was very curious. I said, attached is an event report from Frederick County Dispatch. Susan contacted the Sheriff's Department for harassment last night. Susan is proving she does not support your constituents' First Amendment rights, and additionally, she is claiming, presumably in her and your official capacities, to make legislative changes that targets free speech in order to arrest individuals. Do you have a statement on this? Do you agree with the statement that your legislative assistant made to a Frederick County deputy? Do you plan to make legislative changes that will arrest individuals exercising First Amendment protected activities? He did respond to me. He says, thank you, Christy, for your email and concerns. I will review and take in consideration. That's it. That's all I got. One last part to this is someone who, although I don't know for sure, someone that I believe is currently campaigning. It's my belief that this woman, Susan, is running the campaign. And he posted something interesting to his political page on Facebook. John Massoud. Yesterday evening, a slanderous video was shared lying about Bill Wiley for House of Delegates record. Bill has one of the top 5 best Second Amendment voting records according to the VCDL. Susan Kenny Shick serves the people, HD 29, with honor and dignity. Thank you both for your service to the Commonwealth and defending our constitutional rights. Do you really think that still now? You have this woman trying to rewrite legislation to arrest people. You have a woman that's, like, in my opinion, threatened me. Like, I don't really know what that means. I don't know how to take it any other way. End me? What does that mean? And also, the last thing in regards to John Massoud, he's friends with Philip Griffin, which is the attorney that represented myself and the other plaintiffs on the injunction. He is the attorney that shouldn't have, but did, represent the woman who tried to maliciously prosecute me on the protective order. And John Massoud possibly is having Susan run his campaign. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure about that. But Susan and the woman that tried to prosecute me, they're friends. And back when this was all going on, John Massoud tried to friend request me. I think they were desperate to find out what I was posting on my social media, and he probably, I mean, I don't know, I don't have any evidence of it, but I presume he was instructed to send a friend request to me. So, let all this sink in. This is a lot. This is concerning. With what she said to me, I'll just say it right now, that could be a criminal threat, but I'm not going to ever go get a protective order for that. I wouldn't get a protective order for any of it, whatever. I don't agree. I know that Susan Shick likes her Second Amendment. She doesn't care about mine, apparently, but like I've addressed in the past video, I am such a big supporter of the Second Amendment, I'm not going to try and put a protective order on her. I don't agree with that stuff whatsoever. So, in closing, highly immature, highly irrational, in my opinion, legislative assistant for our delegate. I mean, listen, it's almost unbelievable how far this went left field, but, you know, that's what happened. That's the truth. This is my evidence. And, you know, I have past screenshots of things that this woman has said about me on social media. I'm not going to bring that in. I don't think it's necessary. I think this is more than enough to say, hey, what this woman is doing is really not right. Highly childish, highly unprofessional. There needs to be some accountability for this. This cannot happen. And why in the hell do people keep messing with me? You think I'm going to just roll over and like not do anything? You think I'm not going to challenge this kind of what corruption, childish behavior, unprofessional behavior? No, I am absolutely going to address this. I think this is something that people need to see. People need to be aware of. And with everything that I said, and yeah, I might be a little emotional talking about this stuff because this happened to me. This happened to me. This woman tried to get me arrested for freedom of speech. This is what her friend just did to me. I can't believe it. So we're going to end this. Another disclaimer. I am not doing this to harass, intimidate, coerce, send any hate anywhere to anybody in this video. Absolutely not. This is me giving telling my side of the story. This is my First Amendment right. This is freedom of speech. This is freedom of press. Right to petition my government for redress. I don't want anybody here harassing, coercing, sending hate, nothing to anybody on here. I mean, you have a right to petition your government for redress, but do it in a professional manner, I think. I mean, I did. I just made videos, and when I was talking to Bill Wiley on the phone, I was calm, cool, and collected. He was out of line when he was talking to me. So that's that. Yeah, let's see how people appreciate this. That she's, in my opinion, not a supporter of what she says she is.